Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? When I was trying to get to this podcast off the ground, I had so many questions. How do I record an episode? Where do I find my background music? How do I get my show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all the other places people like to listen? Where do I find the advertisers? The answer to every one of these questions is really simple. Anchor. Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing and monetizing your podcast. And best of all, it's 100% free and 100% ridiculously easy to use. So, if you want to start a podcast, go to anchor.fm/start to join me and the diverse community of podcasters already using Anchor. That's anchor.fm/start. I can't wait to hear your podcast. Hey guys, and welcome to April Madness. Well, thankfully this is going to be the last 2 days involving April Madness. First, I have to cover this first. The Game of Thrones Season 8, Episode 3. Long Night. Well, that's not the name of the title. The actual name of the title is called A Long Night. But I had a night. But first, I just want to give you my spoiler-free review. But after that, for the long night, it's going to be a spoiler. It's going to be full-on review. So, yeah, here we go. So, yeah, here we go. We are getting ready for spoiler-free. It's just like when I plan on doing Avengers Endgame review. I want to cram the spoiler-free review in one segment. So, I just want to give you my thoughts on it. The battles. With the war preparation out of the way, and we get to Of course, you know, like I say, that we already been through a lot of the episodes, but this one, of course, the setting, which is, of course, the Great War. I just want to say, that is some intense shit right there, you know? Some intense shit. That gave me a heart attack, that gave me goosebumps, but I survived both of them. And I survived. Of course. I'm sorry I got up around 9 because I stayed up till 3 in the morning. Because after I seen Endgame and then I had to cover Game of Thrones. Long night. No. But like I said, I'll plan to do the topics. Plan to do it tomorrow. Which is going to conclude April Madness. But the setting. The fight sequences. Oh, lordy. That was so intense, you know? it just blew my mind. It was mind-blowing. Just like Jackie Chan. Just like that Jackie Chan meme. Mind blown. And I was just like... Excuse me a sec. Ugh. Okay, there we go. No, I didn't cry, just yawning. Sorry you're gonna hear me yawn, because, like I say, I'm gonna go, I go drink coffee, I'm gonna go get some milk, and of course, make a chocolate milk, and then, let's talk about. But although I did eat some Game of Thrones Oreos, the Oreo with Game of Thrones, and I really enjoyed those with the house emblems and a White Walker. But that is for a limited time only, and that is for the final season. But although I really did cover a lot. Alright. But in other than that, I love the setting of it. The one side is just clear and snowy, or it just has snow on the ground. But on the opposite side of the White Walkers, of course, are the winter storm. And that's what I just said. Of course, there's the winter storm and of course it's but like I said, I don't want to get to spoiler details just yet. My final thoughts: this is a heart attack. This thing is a heart attack on a dagger or a sword, but in a good way. That's my final thoughts. Heart attack on a sword or a dagger, but in a good way. Okay, now we are going to full-on spoiler review. If you're one of the White Walkers, please do not ever. You might want to watch it on HBO Go or HBO On Demand or watch it online. But you might want to exit it out. So we're headed to spoiler territory. So yeah, that's one of your only warning. Hey guys, if you have watched A Long Night, this is a full review, and of course, welcome. And what you're about to witness is the recap. Oh wait, I forgot. Unlike any other episodes, there's no recap. This one has no recap. Just like that war in season 4. Where they go against some giants. Where they go against the giants. But this one is the biggest battle of all. The greatest war. Which is, of course, another Cersei-free episode. And I am really, really, really happy there is no Cersei in there. Thank the gods. This is just one scene, one battle. There's no budget problems. But although the war against White Walkers, we began with Samwell. He's feeling nervous about it. And while Tyrion goes for a wine, Linnea, the little girl, preps up the man for battle. And Reek and Bran are gonna go into hiding with Sir Davos. While Arya and Sansa are watching over, and they stood by. And then we see the walkers being prepared as well. The wildlings and the hounds stand by. While Aegon and Daenerys Targaryen watches over. While Lady Marjorie returns, the Lady in Red. And it swords. Then she said a spell of how to beat the White Walkers. And then she said a spell where the swords were literally lit up on fire. And although when they begin to charge, they let out a war cry. Yeah, sorry if I had to write down and I tried to watch battle at the same time, but I don't want to miss the action, but again, I got a recap to do, Very important recap. When they fight, but both of them were launched. But in some army are gone, but everyone just watches as someone has ordered a call of ceasefire. And the surviving soldiers have retreated. That includes Jiraiya. But the Night King cometh. Then Daenerys saves the day. As well as Aegon. The Whites have used Blizzard. I don't know, that's very effective. The Dragons use Flamethrower. It's super effective. And I'm sorry for the Pokemon reference in this. But when they come in close, Arya Stark has decided to stay. And told Sansa to go to the crypt. But she won't abandon her army, her people. But Arya gave her sister one thing before leaving. Is, of course, one of her daggers. But then here we go. And we see a very nervous Samwell. Just just, fighting for their lives. Well, the surviving soldiers retreated, and Grey Worm just ordered the retreat. But then we see the fight the White Walkers, and then Ed just got, oh shit, he died. Oh shit, he died. Like, really? He died saving Samuel, and then, oh dear fucking Christ. He's just become the White Walker. And then Sansa was later at the crypt. And by then, we're trying to search for the Night King. We're trying to look for the Night King. Two dragons had collided with each other. They're looking for it. The army have retreated to fall back to the gate. Wow, what is this? Is this Game of Thrones, or is this Lord of the Rings, or is this Battlefront 2? Like the Conquest, but, sorry if I bring that up, because, yes, I get it, because it's David Benioff and D.B. Wise making a transition to Star Wars. But then, Grey Worm is ordered to protect the retreat. And we see some armies, of course, have perished. But I thought he was going to perish too, but nope. The Brand sees Drogo. But the archery attacked the White Walkers, but yet we are going to see, of course, Arya did something unusual. The one that had been on her kill list for some times, of course, has saved the Hound's ass. And of course, And although the Brad says he's gonna go to La La Land, which is I'm gonna talk about in a bit. Of course, the order was to light the trenches. But Daenerys cannot see the signal. Then Cassandra did a spell to the light to light the trenches. But as the White Walker gets close to her, the spell had worked, and Daenerys finally sees the signal. But the Hound retreated, and he's scared of fire. And Sansa, Tyrion had a conversation with the people at the crypt. He said if he was up there, and if it was at him in a battle, it could not be touched. But when he was up there, if he were up there, Sansa finishes with he'd be dead. You would be dead. Yes, and now Bran goes into Raven POV. And then we see the Night King, and he's on a dragon. And although Reek's final words, the Brad was really, really emotional. But would that stand there for long? Well, I wouldn't say it lasts long because of the walkers have made the bridge. It's just, just making a bridge, out of those zombies. Yikes! And how the hell are they immune to fire? When you lost hundreds of your zombies. But although there were the orders been called, man the walls. And then we see a Night King versus Aegon in hot pursuit. As the Night King was about to, of course, but when they go up and 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 up. Well, yeah. I'll get to them in a bit. But the walkers have formed a ladder. And the next order is hold the walls. And even so, this kind of reminds me of Helm's Deep. That reminds me of Helm's Deep from Lord of the Rings. But although Brennan saved Jaime, and Samuel again, of course, was saved. But is there a character death? Of Bren? Nope. Jaime? Nope. Samuel? Nope. But the Hound was scared. Brennan just, was asking why is he scared? Why is he scared? Well, Brennan is looking for the Hound. And Arya kills walkers while Davos watched. But although we do have another character death, Linnea. But although Brennan begs the Hound to fight, he said, but he would tell that they're completely fucked because he can't kill the dead. But then Arya Stark doing, but he decided no more hiding. It's time to protect her. And then a walker giant came in and it just squeezed Lydia's inner intestines and of course tried to pop her head off. But before it does, she stabbed the beast, the zombie beast, with its eye. And then, yep, she had died. Poor Lydia. Lydia died. But then we got a wild goose chase. Or should I say, a dragon chase. And yet, Arya hides in a crypt. And she grabs some weapons to see if there is another walker. The walker looks for her as she is going stealth, like some major Assassin's Creed thing. And in Batman and Middle Earth, Shadow of War and Shadow of Mordor. And then the walkers are looking for her, but then she has some blood on her eye. Walker just felt her presence. Is it one Walker a woman? And she stabbed her, or it, in its mouth, and then the walkers had found her and chased her as the crypt hears them. There were soldiers begging to open the door, but it was too late. Although the Hound and Brannick searches for Arya, they found and to save her, but Brannick has been injured very badly. But as soon as he holds the doors, we got another character death. Barrick just had been stabbed multiple times by the White Walkers. And Maryland and Mandarin, of course, meets Arya Stark, but they already knew each other. But although, and yes, Barrick was carried by the Hound and Arya, but unfortunately, he paid the ultimate sacrifice. But to save the two. But although the door can't hold any longer, and the Hound and just say and Arya Stark is gonna go to Bronn, but Reek prepares the attack. As we cut to Egro and the Ice King, and then Daenerys had saved him. But although Dragon had fallen, Drogon had died, and the Ice Dragon's dead, and the Ice King had fell. But although he did survive, not for long, as Dracarys had burned the Ice King to death, or the Night King to death. Sorry, I say Ice King. That's already been taken. That's already been taken by Adventure Time, and it wasn't George R.R. Martin's idea. Although, and Aegon watches. But although the Night King, he just smiled and he throws a javelin sickle. But he missed. But although sees Aegon and he rises to death. But he didn't order the attack. Just goes to the castle. Not yet, the crypt's been invaded, but that's where it strikes, and a woman, unnamed woman, just dies. Have saved Aegon, but it was attacked, and Jiraiya saves Daenerys. But here we go, and we see Aegon have tried to come and try to save Samuel, but he's eating alive. So that's character death, right? Well, we're gonna have to find out the next time. And it's scene, of course, of Reek is out of arrows. And then we get to the final moments to see which characters are going to survive and which characters are going to die. But although, and we see Samuel again, and yes, he's still alive, but he was crying because he cannot handle this. And then we saw Bryn, Jamie, Grey Worm, and Sansa and Tyrion are having a farewell moment. And then Tyrion was gonna save him. Was gonna sacrifice himself, but someone will be sacrificing themselves, not Tyrion. Although the Night King has arrived to see Bran. And of course, Reek, which I thought is unlikely to die, had turned into actually died. As he, of course, been stabbed by the Night King with his own with Reek's own weapon. The rest in peace, Reek. We're gonna miss ya. And Jiraiya has been stabbed multiple times to save Daenerys from being killed. But then the Night King had sit closer to Bran. So then to kill Bran, but was saved by Arya. And of course, with the final moments, Arya just stabbed the Night King with the eye, but dropped the dagger, thought she was going to die, but then grabbed from her other hand and stabbed the Night King in the heart. And finally, White Walkers are finally ceased. Means the armies are gone, turned to dust. Mr. Your Highness, I don't feel so good. Your Highness, I don't feel so good. Just like the Thanos snap. It's like a Thanos snap from Infinity War. But even though they have saved the day, although Bran and Tormund survives, and of course Jaime Lannister survives, Grey Worm survives, and of course the Hound survives, and Meretz survives, and Margarine survives, and of course Tyrion survives. Not everyone who was killed in war survived, as Jiraiya has been unfortunately stabbed. Then he sacrificed himself to save Daenerys, and this was the first time we get to see Daenerys have been crying in mourn, where she, of course, was mourning over Jiraiya, who had gave his last fighting breath, to save her. Then we see Dracarys comfort her. Then Meladrin finally walks out. And walks away, and then Sir Davos It wants. And she leaves. And she takes off her necklace. And then she becomes old. And then, of course, half of her robe was taken off, but we didn't see her breast, and died. Yep, final character death. Yep, the final character death. So yeah, hold on. Let me check the pages. Hold on. So yeah, we got about one. No, Bryn survived. Oh yeah, 2, Lydia. 3, Barrick. 4, Reek. 5, Jiraiya. 6, Night King. And 7, the Lady in Red. So yeah, I will discuss it before I end the episode. But for now, it's time to end a review. Okay, so yeah, if you need a refresher of how they died, here they are, because I did it like 4 pages long for season 3, for season 8, episode 3. Ed has died, been stabbed through the mouth. Through the mouth, from the back of the head, when trying to save Samuel. And Bryn, of course, a 50-50 chance, has survived though. And of course, Linnea has died after her inner intestines were squeezed by the giant. Even though she sacrificed, though she did kill the giant walker, and she of course died. Also from the fall, which is result in her death. Barrick been stabbed multiples of times when protecting the Hound and Arya by the walkers, and of course stabbed him in the back, literally multiple stab wounds. 28 stab wounds. But yeah, Samuel, which I thought he would be alive, had survived. But the 100% chance of Grey Worm getting killed, of course, he survived. The character I thought was unlikely to die was Reek, but he is officially dead. Stabbed with his own weapon by the Night King. And although Jiraiya gave his last fighting breath while fighting walkers, as the walkers have stabbed him multiple times, that he ain't going down without a fight. He ain't going down without his last fighting breath. Although it will be tragic. But, like I say, but Bran did give him his final words, saying, tell Reek that he is a good man to die, But Daenerys has mourned over his corpse. But the next one to die was the Night King. So yeah. Yeah, although tried to kill Bran Stark, but although couldn't get the job done as Arya, but then he was trying to kill Arya, but he would kill Arya, but instead, Arya just did the dagger and stabbed the Night King through the heart. And the last one to die, of course, was Lady Melisandre, as she survived the battle, but then she took off her necklace. As it becomes old, it was the one that made her stay young, but she was old, and then she collapsed. As in other words, she already died. So yeah, that was like 7 characters. The depths consist of 7 characters, and oh yeah, let me guess. Ed, Linnea, Beric, Reed, Jiraiya, and the Night King and Melisandre. Yep. 7 characters died. So yeah, 7 characters died. And that was the final score of the character deaths. 7 characters died. But 6 of them may rest in peace, but finally one had finally burned in hell. Okay, guys. That's gonna do about it for Monday Throats. We got 3 more episodes left. And at the same day, when Game of Thrones ends, Star vs. Forces of Evil will also end. As it's also, Star vs. Forces of Evil is also at its final season. And the final episode will be an hour long, and of course, it will be, the last episode of the show. But get prepared for the final season. And although with 4 more episodes, with season 8, episode 4, where the Greyjoys from the side will prepare for war against Cersei. Although, yeah. Alright, guys. I will see you next time, and remember, in Game of Thrones, you either win, you either die, so the prices have been paid. They win, but for the characters, they died. Alright, guys, I'll see you next time, and April Madness will be ending tomorrow with Avengers Endgame.